What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the YouTube Barber Academy. If you're watching this video, you might be on the fence between the Ergo or the Alpha. And you probably wonder, how does the Alpha compare to others in its price range, above it or below it? Do you like the Alpha over the Ergo? Should I go with Ergo or should I go with Alpha? Well, it's not going to be easy to answer this because they're both such great clippers and they both bring so much to the table. You get a 4-hour runtime and you get the ability to charge this with a micro USB from the back. I can't tell you what an advantage that is when you are traveling or when you are going somewhere, to know that you don't need to bring the stand and all this apparatus that's plugged in, everything. I like to leave the stuff on stands at my work, but when I leave and I take this with me, which I do frequently, it's nice to know that I can just charge this with a micro USB wherever I am. It might seem like this is just a gimmick, but trust me, this is more than just a gimmick. This is a serious, convenient thing, and I really hope we see this across the board with other manufacturers. This is why I'm calling this a Swiss Army knife, is if I was to take off this top blade, which I will, there's actually going to be 4 holes in the bracket. So what you actually have going on here is you have the ability to fit an Andis Masters blade on this. So if you look closely at this bracket, there's going to be 4 holes and you're going to be able to put the Andis Masters blade on here, and you could use your double magnetics. If that's a system you're more comfortable with or you're more familiar with, then you're not going to have any problems. They're also including a nice little gold blade that will go nicely on that platform and work well. Although it's really nice that they're thinking and they're trying to innovate and give you different configurations where you don't see anybody else really doing stuff like this, where they're saying, hey, use another manufacturer's blades if you prefer it. It's cool. You know, you don't see other manufacturers working towards the greater good. They're always working towards their own good, which is why I love Gamma Stylecraft products. I've never really seen a company do this before. They put a little loop where you can actually hang this clipper. It's quite sturdy, and they also built a recess into the stand for it, so it makes it stay in the stand even better. I hammer this home. The runtime is absolutely insane. I used it for an entire 2 days, never had to charge it. I gave it to Johan, and he used it for an entire day. You want to hear what he had to say? All right, Johan, you've been working with the Alpha. I gave it to you all day yesterday, and I noticed that you never put it down.
Yeah, I mean, I got the chance to get one of these Ergos, and you know, I'm a magic clip type of guy. I have been. I don't really switch my clippers too much, and once I got this Ergo, amazing. But then Eddie, you know, gave me the Alpha, which is very comparable to the magic clip, which again, I love the magic clip. So to switch over to the Ergo, that was a big change. And then when I got these, it got just a little bit better, because if you notice how, you know, it's really, really thin right here. And then just one little click and you can really make a big difference with it. Compared to this, even if it's zero gap, you're gonna have a difference, but you really have to travel quite a bit versus this. This is like, it's gonna be my go-to clipper next to the Ergo. And then I think I'll probably bounce back and forth from the magic clip to this. Mainly this one, just a clipper over comb, but this is gonna be the all around, you know, my go-to clipper, hands.
Would you pick Ergo or Alpha?
To be honest with you, I mean, I've only done a few cuts with this thing, and I just gotta say I really like the Ergos right now. I just like the way, I think what it really boils down to for me is ergonomically. I just like the way it fits in my hands with the Ergos. And it's just something, there's just something there. It's just like I just find myself grabbing that clipper, you know, always using that Ergo. Like I want that, I prefer that in my hands. And I use it all the time. It's like my go-to clipper. I'm not saying that this is a bad clipper. I just feel like the Ergos is just what I prefer as far as like cutting.
I didn't even really notice this until Johan brought it up, but he said that it was really loud, the clicks. They are a little loud. They definitely let you know that you've made a change. Your client knows too. And the only other negative that I could think of would be this clipper is not quite as forgiving as the Ergo. What do I mean by that? The Ergo seems to cut a little bit slower. So when you accidentally push into those higher lengths, when you're fading, if you make a little mistake, the Ergo doesn't cut quite as quick. However, this has a supercharged rotary motor. That hair is just gonna disappear. I feel like you're getting a lot more value for your money when you go with the Alpha. Just the micro USB, 4-hour runtime, lanyard, stand. It's just different lids, compatibility with the Andis clipper. Without spending any additional money, your $130 is really doing you well. So I really don't think there's anything that can compare on value with it. If I could only have one clipper between the Ergo or the Alpha, I would tell you to pick the Alpha based on value alone. It can handle any and all situations you might need it for. And in versatility in charging and 4-hour runtime, you're gonna be beyond satisfied. Does this mean I'm gonna retire my Ergo? Hell no. In a perfect world, I will use this to remove all my skin lines, do some of my debulking work, some clipper over comb, and some blending, but I will do a lot of my finishing work with my Ergo. So I definitely am not looking to get rid of my Ergo by any means. It still has a place for me, but as you guys can see, this is the Swiss Army knife of clippers. And I actually think this is probably the closest a company has came to creating a clipper that can do it all.